So we are back again in Dubai, the centre for people of determination, the men's 72 kilo final, and here is who we have in it. Honey Dimas we've seen, Brima Damawa of Sierra Leone, 37. Good to see him back in the international circuit. Mohamed Nigo of Uganda, he's going high in the opening man. Ibrahim Mustafa, who's been an Asian Championship bronze medalist. That was quite a while ago. He's been around for a good few years, but only largely on the World Cup circuit for the last decade or so. Interesting to see how he will fare today. Kentaro Higuchi is in Group A. Emmanuel Oku for Ghana. Ezekiel Correa of Brazil. These are all Group A, who are coming up later after Group B. Ray Dimas of Panama, the Americas champion. Panama with interest in both groups today. Currently number 6th in the world. So, day one of this 12th Fazza Powerlifting World Cup. Good morning for the women of Brazil. 3 men's finals in this afternoon session. 72 kg, the 80 and the 88. Here are referees: Mohammed Al Kershi of Yemen, Noor Seheda Machar of Malaysia, and Assam Al Zubi of Jordan. Chiara Tifrelli is the technical controller for this for Italy. And they've got the flags ready as well. So this is the lineup for Group B. We'll start with Brima Nelson Damawa of Sierra Leone at 100, and we go all the way up to Ibrahim Mustafa's tally of 150. And then Group A, Asil Al-Hazawi will take over then for Saudi Arabia, all the way up to the 183 of Ray Dimas. And the clock is running. Our world records, good old Body Gustin, 2:30, the elite world record set last year in Tbilisi. The Asian record held by him as well. Mohammed El Alfat, the African record, 2:18, set 7 years ago.
Is that all you got? Yeah. I only got one question, so is that all you got? You go big or stronger, you push harder, is that all you got? You climb higher, faster, so is that all you got? You put your best and the rest in, no resting, is that all you got? So you a victor, I only got one question, so is that all you got? Yeah, look at you now, so is that all you got? Take a look at you now, so is that all you got? Look at you now, is that all you got? Yeah, I only got one question, so is that all you got?
So here we are, all set here in Dubai.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Are you ready for some powerlifting? Oh yeah.
Men's 72 kilo competition, Group B this is. So, Brima Nelson Damawa of Sierra Leone starting first. And 90 is his first round target. I was supposed to be 100, but 90 is his first round target. Lifetime best of 80. Fifth in the African Championships in 2018. Didn't see him at the most recent ones, so this for 90 to set his stall out, and it is no lift, it's the body sequence. It was 2-1 against, so the right side referee in his favour, but well, if it's the body sequence, then there are a few fundamentals. So he's missed out, I'm afraid, at 90. And his lift is already done, unfortunately.
Followers, please lower the bar to 115 kilograms.
Oh, he went too early. That's it, he went too early. There you see, before the cue to commence, he started it. Unfortunate. And it was, I'm afraid, a fundamental, sure enough. Honey Dabas. We've not seen him in a major championship before. He's from India. He's 18 years old. And this is his first international competition, so lifetime best being sought here of 115. Obviously, he may well have got this in local competition, but that doesn't go forward under an internationally ratified lifetime best, so this would be it. So here he goes for a solid mark of 115, and that is a good lift, and that is a new lifetime best. There's 3 white lights for Honey Dabas. Well, it's always good to see new names, new competitors in here, and he has certainly lived up to his own expectations. That is a good lift. That was good and solid, nice technique, and he has done what he wanted to. Next up, David Almanza of Panama. It was his major championship debut in St. Louis at the Americas Championships in July. He finished 6th in that. Maximo Viquez, one of the 2 national coaches. Manuela Pinilla is the other one. It is Maximo who is on stage. And well done, Panama, for letting us know with the minimum of effort who is on stage. So, well, this is Group B. He's looking to break long term, I would guess, into the top 10 if he can. So here he comes. Solid lift. Is it a good lift? It is a good lift. 115. 3 white lights. That was good news. He's got what he wanted to. And that is great success. 115 for David Almanza. So if you're watching along on YouTube, thank you for joining us, or online, anywhere. Also live TV coverage on the Dubai Sports Channel if you're in the area. Covering the afternoon session alongside with us. So that was a nice lift. Next up then, for Kenya, Gabriel Wanjiku finished 9th in the African Championships a few weeks ago in Cairo. He had been 5th previously in 2015. Was in the start list for Belize in the World Championships in December. Now he didn't get to start that. Has been 17th at his Seoul World Championships that he registered a mark, and that was 2017. When he was here in this venue for 2014 for the World Championships, didn't register a mark, unfortunately. 7th in the Commonwealth Games in Gold Coast in 2018. There's about 70 nations involved in that. And he did compete in St. Louis in July in the America's Open Championships, and he finished 5th there from Nairobi. He's a graphic design professional. Here's his lift. Good chances at 130. A good lift at 130. Gabriel Magu-Wanjiku clears 130. And that was very, very impressive. Impressive lifting. Held on to that impressively, and the follow through was tremendous. Now for Ghana, Emmanuel Oku, the African Championship bronze medalist from Cairo at the end of October. 5th in the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham earlier in the year. That was start of August. Bronze in the World Cup in Manchester 2 years ago. Very early 2020 before, bronze in the Lagos World Cup the year before. He was the flag bearer for the Paralympic Games for Ghana in Tokyo last year. Prince Yakom has been his regular coach. Prince Yakom is not on stage, and that is actually the Ugandan national coach. Because this is Mohamed Nigu, which is a good reason why it's the Ugandan national coach. So Mohamed Nigu finished bronze in the African Championships in 2018. And that is no lift, I'm afraid, for Mohamed Nigu. He's 44 now. '17th in the World Championships in Nur Sultan 3 years ago. And no mark in the Abuja World Cup. Gave that a good go, but just couldn't get the lift executed, unfortunately. Just voted down on it. So Mohamed Nigu is denied for now. He will be back. Twice. On we go. For Kazakhstan, Medet Shunasov. He's had a couple of world championships to his name, 18th the best on home soil, his major championship debut in Nur Sultan 3 years ago. Based in Almaty, Artur Timitsky is his coach, the national team coach. He was 12th in this Fazza World Cup last year. And from his photo, he's ready to shimmy and shake. And he will hope here succeed. Shake, rattle and roll. 3 white lights. Shunasov is away and clear. We've only had a couple of misses so far. That was tremendous. Very impressive. Nice solid lifting. Decent crowd, as you'll see here in this Centre for People of Determination. This great sports complex where we've had so many world championships in different sports. Ibrahim Mustafa, bronze in the Asian Championships in 2005. He's been in a couple of World Championships, was down the field in 2010. He has not been in a major championship since. Now, he finished 8th in the Asian Games the same year, bronze in the IWAS World Games in 2011. Since then, we have mainly seen him only in World Cups. This for the lead. So Mustafa to hit the front. 17 years since his best championship performance. We've had the latest rendition of the IWAS World Games in the past couple of weeks in Portugal. I think it was run off in one day. Busy international program lately, busy international program next year, culminating in the World Championships in this venue next August, and we have Asian, African and Pan Am Games as well at the end of next year. Strong lifting for 150, and that is a good lift by Ibrahim Mustafa, and he leads by 15. He is well clear. Ah, well done, Ibrahim Mustafa. Hey, powerful stuff, and he's ready for more. It's a nice, impressive lift. The lines were right. Coach happy. Confident that he got the early things right so that he would get the rest right, and that he wasn't going to have problems later on. Mustafa leads after the end of the opening round on 150. Medet Shunasov second on 135. Gabriel Wanjiku third in 130 for Kenya. And Hani Dabas in fourth alongside David Almanza on 115. Brima Danawa yet to register a mark, missed out in the first round. All set for 90 for Sierra Leone, which I'm pretty certain would be a lifetime best. So he's all primed and ready to go, and all set. So on the way, going for 90 again. For 90, that is again, unfortunately, no lift. Because you remember last time he went early, press sequence this time, it was fine up to then. And he is, unfortunately, unsuccessful for a second time. Well, that was improved. I think there's no doubt about that it was improved. But the press, he was just a bit too keen with. And yeah, there was the interruption at the end as well, which was a bit of a problem in truth.
The bar is now loaded. Warriors second and representing India, Honey Dallas.
So now, the turn again of Honey Dabas. And he's going for 120. And this again would be a lifetime best. So here he goes, 120 for this 18-year-old in his international debut. And the lines were good and clean last time, and I have to say they looked the same that time, and it's 2-1 in his favour. So the view we have is the same as the right side referee. Centre referee wasn't as keen, but hey, it's 2-1, and Honey Dabas is enjoying what he's getting right now. Very, very positive for Honey Dabas. So he races up the standings. Panama now. David Almanza, 115. He got first time around, going for 122 now. Sixth in the Americas in St. Louis. Maximo Vizquez out with him too. Nice coaching setup Panama have. So 112 for David Almanza. This obviously still Group B. It would help him a bit in terms of the total lift anyway to make him somewhat competitive in that. But he has to get the lift first, and he hasn't. No joy, I fear to say. Just didn't come through for him, and that was a big shame. That was a pity for him. He'd started really well on 115 and then it just kind of glided away. Waiting in the wings for Uganda, Mohamed Nigo.
The bar is now loaded. For his second attempt, representing the Pearl of Africa, welcome to the stage, Mohamed Nigo from Uganda.
So Nigo is ready. He missed 132 last time. He's going for it again here. So he's ready, he's willing and able to get himself onto the board, having missed out last time. He was one of only two who weren't successful. And I'm afraid it's the same here. It was the press sequence from the majority of our referees. All three voted him down. Well, he's in danger of a wipeout of bombing out. Needs to sort that out, does Mohammed, next time around. We've seen him in two major championships previously, won Worlds. That was 3 years ago in Nur Sultan when he was 17th. He's in Lugazi. His coach generally is Ali Kibranko Mukasa. And Mohammed in a bit of trouble here. 40 nations here. And a couple more were interested. I know the Central African Republic were looking to enter a few. Now they've had to withdraw. Ghana coming now. Gabriel Wanjiku going for 135. 130 he got in the previous round. Nobody has managed to get two lifts in yet, apart from Hani Dabas, who leads well as a result in terms of the total lift. So here he comes, 135, and that's a good lift, and that's the lead in terms of the total, and he goes up high to 265. Hani Dabas currently second in terms of the total lift. Wanjiku 135 goes into the silver medal position alongside Medet Shunusov. Bit of a gap after them. Wanjiku 130. 5 of the 7 in the first round were successful, and those who missed out have missed out again. So now, for Kazakhstan, Medet Shunasov, who got 135 in the opening round, and having been matched by Wonjiku, now looking to go out to second spot in his own right again. There's nothing like a good head massage. 143. And he's ready. Seen him in a few World Cups. We've seen him mainly in World Championships where he's been in large fields and he's been generally pushing to break the top 20. Did it once, just missed out another time where he was 21st. That other time being Tbilisi in December. Again, this would be the lead in terms of the total lift with only one to go in this second round, and that's Ibrahim Mustafa. So Shunasov, 143. And that is a good lift. 3 white lights again for Medet Shunasov. He leads in terms of the total lift in 278. He is in the silver medal position for now in 143. In terms of the competition, with only Ibrahim Mustafa beyond him on 150. Waiting in the wings, still leading Ibrahim Mustafa. Going for 156, talking himself through it. Probably talking to someone else as well. Couple of major championship bronzes. Most recent in 2011. One minute to go. It's taking a bit of time to get those strappings right, but he still has enough time. So here he comes. Strong lift, very strong lift. He's done well there for 156. He's got it raised, he's got a good lift. It's 2-1 in his favour. He leads all the categories right now. Best lift 156, total lift 306. It's a good lift. 2-1 in his favour. Interesting, they had to go to the flags on stage there. We did see that it was a good lift, 2-1 in his favour, and obviously the flags are going to back that up because they're a more public personification of the votes. So after 2 rounds, Ibrahim Mustafa leads 156. Yushinov second for Kazakhstan, 143. Wonjiku third for Kenya, 135. And that's the 1-2-3 in terms of the total lift as well. Hani Dabas is in 4th place. Final round of Group B. Brema, Nelson, Domawa of Sierra Leone. Third and final go at 90. Keen to avoid a wipeout. And he is going for 90 again. Lifetime best 80 going into this. So here he comes. For 90. Oh dear, the stop sequence this time. So it's 3 different reasons. The body sequence at first, when he went early. It was the press sequence for his second lift, and now it's the body sequence from our referees. And that is so unfortunate for him. It means he doesn't register a mark at his wipeout. He doesn't register a mark, he bombs out. And that is so unfortunate for him. We go on. Panama well represented in both groups. As they are here. Well, good start, got 115, missed out 112 after that. And now this another attempt at 122 in order to give him just a little bit of headway in terms of the total lift. Would move him up into 4th spot for the time being in the competition, but with plenty more decent attempts to come. He does know what's on the way, and he does know that he will be outflanked by quite a few. He presumably would have been aiming at about 130 had he got that previous one spot on. So for 122, how about that press? No, all against him. And actually the body sequence. So 115 remains his best lift. And at least he got that first one on the board. So 2 misses in this final round. He missed his last 2 attempts. So watching for the body. I don't think he went early. Has not worked out for him. Well, Honey Dabas is up next for India. He has had a very sweet competition so far, and this would certainly set the seal on it. He went too early, I can tell you. David Almanza went too early. That's why it was the body sequence. He started the lift before the invitation to begin. Just seen that from a separate angle. And that's twice, not just in the same competition, but actually the same event, the same weight category in the same division we've seen it. which is a real peculiarity. Honey Dabas now going for 125. Well, that was the most struggled of the three. He got the previous two. That one, it was actually the stop sequence, so never mind the press sequence. They'd all voted him down prior to that anyway. But he got the first two lifts. 120 he ends on. And that is a total lift of 3.5, which is very healthy for him right now. That can't be 3.35, 2.35, which is not so healthy. So the stop sequence, yeah, it didn't brush off the chest at all, so that was that. So now for Uganda, the return of Mohamed Nigo. Going for 134. He has missed his two attempts so far, but he's staying on the pattern. 130 and 132, and this to avoid wipeout, to avoid bombing out of the competition. This happened to him at the Abuja World Cup in 2020. He does not want a repeat. Here he comes. Has to get this right. To get on the board. 134. Yes! Oh, yes! Oh, relief. Blessed relief. And he stayed on his pattern. He finishes with the top mark that he would have wanted anyway of 134, and you have to credit him for that. And it may not work out in terms of the total lift, but he's on the board. He avoids the wipeout, he avoids bombing out, he gets that third attempt, and that is really excellent. Well, he got it right. He had to get that right, and mercifully he did. Well, we move on, and this is Kenya, and it's Gabriel Wanjiku, and he's having a very good time of it. He's had his first two lifts up to 135. This is an attempt at 140. Just to take the lead in terms of the total lift, the top three currently have had their first two lifts successful. Nobody has got all three. .140 would stay in third. Shushinov 143, Ibrahim Mustafa 156, but that total lift would go up to 405. Could be leading it for a good while, but he needs to get this lift through. He's got it raised, steadily did it. No lift, I'm afraid, and it is that press sequence. 265 he ends up with the total lift. He remains on 135 with the best lift where traditional champions are all crowned. Medet Junasov is currently lying in second spot, and he's going to stay there as well. Even if he gets this at 145, he's got 135 and 143. This 145. Will give him a big lead in terms of the total lift, and only Ibrahim Mustafa could overtake him. Here he is, here he comes. He's got that raised very quickly. And that is a good lift, and that is all he needed to do. It is 3 lifts out of 3, 3 for 3, 145. And that gives him a big boost in terms of the total lift too, I'll tell you. 423, yeah, 423 it is. I don't know why I'm doing it mental arithmetic in my head when it just comes up on screen about a second later, but anyway, he's made it all work. Junasov is in second place in the competition, and he leads the total lift. So now, Ibrahim Mustafa, 161 he's gunning for, and it's really good to see him back in international competition. This is generally World Cups we see him in these days. It's a little tilt over from Saudi Arabia, and it's not as short a tilt as it is to Doha, because we know a lot of the fans of the Football World Cup have had a 2-hour drive to get to Doha. That's majestic. That's the shortest trip for anybody. So 161. He leads going into Group A. This would also put him into the lead in total lift 467. So Ibrahim Mustafa for 161. He's had a perfect competition so far. And he has punched through brilliantly. Good lift. 2-1 in his favour. He leads by a long way in the total lift. He leads going into Group A. 161 is best. That was very impressive. Total lift of 467. He leads that by 44. And now it is Group A that comes, and he will lead the total lift for a long time. That was just so impressive. He followed through exquisitely. Nice, very nice. Well, it's a strong advantage for Ibrahim Mustafa. And to be honest with you, I think it's going to last a while going into Group A, certainly through the first round at least. And Saudi Arabia is where we stay, actually. Well, he's had 3 World Championships under his belt, 16th his best in 2019. Asil Al-Hassagi of Saudi Arabia. He's 25 now. Born in Jeddah. Got involved in the sport as a hobby. 145 is lifetime best, so this is an attempt immediately a lifetime best of 150. Born in 1997. I was junior silver medalist. That was in 2014. His club is Jeddah as well. Coached by Ali Al-Yami. And as we always say, unless we specifically say so, that is not necessarily the person who's on stage with him for various reasons. I do know one of the national coaches for one of our continental championships actually got ill during the week of their championships and couldn't go on stage during the week of their event earlier this year. Well, let's see if he's got that right. He has got it lifted. That is a good lift. It's 2-1 in his favour. 150 for Asil Al-Hazawi. And that is very, very good news. I thought on the down sequence it was a bit tentative, but they felt he had enough control. Stop sequence was fine, and the press they were happy with. So, yeah, 2-1 in his favour. All welcome. Much to enthuse about there. Let's see if it'll be the same story for Saif Al-Zabi of the United Arab Emirates. Saudi Arabia 1 and 2 in Dubai. Only 7 have registered marks so far out of the field. Saif Al-Zabi of the United Arab Emirates, the host nation. 4 World Championships, his best in 2019 in Nur Sultan where he finished 16th. 7th in the last 2 Asia Oceania Championships. West Asian Games gold in 2017. Was 8th in the last Asian Para Games 4 years ago, and the next edition of that will be in just about exactly a year's time. Bumped for another 6 months, you'll remember, recently in Hangzhou. So all of those continental games are pretty much running into each other. Al-Zabi, 152. This for the most significant mark in this group so far. And we're going to go to the flags. So let's see. The flags are ready. And it is 2 white flags and 1 red. And that is a good lift for Saif Al-Zabi. Impressive. Well, little to fault with that. And as a result, a nice, powerful, successful lift. So for Ghana, Now for Ghana, Emmanuel Oku, the African Championships bronze medalist in Cairo, 7th in the Paralympic Games last year in Tokyo. He's been successful in the World Cup circuit, bronzes in Manchester and Lagos. He held the Paralympic flag for Ghana at the opening ceremony at the Olympic Stadium in Tokyo in 2021. Prince Yakum is his coach and is on stage with him. 160 is the target here. And here we go in terms of the race to Paris as well. He's in 8th. This for 160, which is a bit below that mark, and he's on the way now. Good lift, and there's nothing more to say about that. 3 out of 3, superb. You have to appreciate what he's made happen there. He's certainly pleased the crowd, and quite rightly. Everything about that was fine. Lots of power, and the accuracy even more so. So we'd little to worry about. Excellent. Well, that'll make him happy, and with justification. So now, the school teacher from Tokyo for Japan, Kentaro Higuchi, 4th in the last 2 Asia-Oceania Championships. Higuchi going for 173, so this would be the lead. This is the first attempt beyond Ibrahim Mustafa. And Higuchi is ready, willing and able. Burst onto the scene ahead of the Tokyo Paralympic Games. '11th in the World Championships last year in Tbilisi, so he's knocking on the door of being among the best in the world. Looking to get all his marks in, which would be a helpful spot for the podium, but 2 against him on the stop sequence, I'm afraid to say. So Kentaro Higuchi does not succeed here. And he is denied. No joy, no success. Unfortunate. Higuchi 5th in the Asian Championships. He went up to 173 in that in his last attempt. Missed it here. So what was his crescendo in Pyeongtaek? His foundation here, but he didn't get it. Was 7 kilos off the medals in Korea, with Beksod Jamailov in 3rd on 180, and Bonnie Gustin doing Bonnie Gustin things to win, but not going near his record. Those bars have lived some life. Ezequiel Correa of Brazil. Correa, the silver medalist in the Americas Championships in St. Louis. Previously the Americas champion, still the Pan Am champion, struggling a bit here though, I have to say. Well, will they give him this? No. 2-1 against. He's still the Pan Am champion from 3 years ago in Lima. And that caused them problems. That caused them serious problems. Intriguing. The man from Cape Verde, the man they call Zico, who I should point out didn't win a World Cup. The other one. Will this one do it? Just missed out. Rey Dimas, now the Americas champion. He's here. He's keyed up for it. He's on for it. He's up for it. Seventh in the World Championships last year, fifth in the Paralympic Games in Tokyo, fourth in the Pan Ams in Lima in 2019. The Central American champion he still is. And the America's champion he now is. From Panama City. Maximo Viquez on stage with him. So, this for 183. And for a significant lead. He's in for it. He's got it. 2 white lights. He has got it. Good lift it is. Well, an impressive visit. Cheeky. Rey Dimas leads for Panama. And he is well primed, this strong man. It was 2-1. I mean, that is a good lift. The chest sequence might have been a bit fleeting, but 2 of the 3 were happy with it. So, no fear for him. Rey Dimas leads 183. Ibrahim Mustafa in second on 161, still out of group B for Saudi Arabia, and Emmanuel Oku third for Ghana 160. And then on the right, the total lift, which will be led by the Group B competitors for a long time, especially Ibrahim Mustafa. Asil Al-Hassawi for Saudi Arabia. Seventh in Pyeongtaek in the Asia Oceania Championships. Broke through internationally on this stage in 2014 at the World Championships here in Dubai, and then 10th in the World Cup here the following year, 12th in 2016. Went to Kuala Lumpur, finished 8th that year. Here he comes on the uplift. 150 was fine. What about 156? That is no lift. Press sequence, and actually the stop sequence too, I can tell you, but the majority going for the press on top of the stop sequence. And Asil Al-Hasawi, well, he misses out, I'm afraid to say, needing to press it equally, and then he just halted a bit. Well, Al-Hasawi will have another tilt at it. It's a lovely backdrop when they dim the lights, I have to say here. So, for the United Arab Emirates, our tremendous hosts here, Saif Al-Zabi got 152, this for 1 up 5-8. West Asian Games gold previously. 7th in Pyeongtaek in June at the Asia Oceania Championships, and 7th and 8th in his Asian Games appearances. So remember, we haven't had the 2022 Asian Games yet. It will be this time of year next year. Al-Zabi! Oh, no. Oh dear, that's just beyond him. And, well, perhaps caught out. At best he was caught out this time, and he'll have a stronger attempt at that lift in the next round. His coach is having a bit of a conversation at him, and it just stopped there. And yeah, it's rising up very quickly and dramatically, and he's just okay. For me, he's not shifting enough power into the arms quickly enough. If he's taking it calmer, then he can build the strength up, but he'd expended too much in the first bit of that, in my uneducated opinion.
For his second attempt representing the Black Stars of Ghana, Emmanuel.
Good few weeks for Ghana in many sports. Can they continue it here? Manuel Teti Oku, the African Championship bronze medalist. Halloween week in Cairo in the 6th of October city. So this is where he's standing in terms of that 176. And that is a tentative position for him. There's face value. Nobody, I think, who can budge him out. Correa is already above him, and Dimas is above him, both today and in the table. Higuchi might. That's a story for a little later. Manuel Oku going now, 166 for Ghana. And this to have a good chance in terms of the total lift if he gets it. Prince Yakum getting the bar ready, dropping it off, watching Oku push through and trying to push through, and the spotters have had to come in. Well, he has missed it at 166, and you can see in this season, in terms of the Paris qualifying, he's gone 10 above that, 16 above his best so far today, and Oku is caught out and he doesn't get it at 166, and well, that's a problem too. And he could have a few problems, both in this competition and in terms of the fact that he's 8th in the race to Paris for the Paralympic Games. Wouldn't go any further there. A miss in the first round for Kentaro Higuchi of Japan. So now, this to get towards the podium. Our leader in 183 is Ray Dimas. This to go into second position, just like that. Having missed 173 in the opening round, this for 176. Usually competitive. We've seen that in terms of his fourth spot in the Asia Oceania Championships. Seven kilos off the medals there. Here he comes, Higuchi. He's on the board now with a good lift. 3 out of 3, goes into the silver medal position behind Ray Dimas, and that was impressive. A very good strong lift by Higuchi. Exquisite. Exquisite. And the wrongs from previously have been righted now. Ezekiel Correa likewise missed in the opening round at 180. His target the same, 180. Again in this round he's going for. Gucci having his successful mark at 176. Three men's finals, one after the other in this afternoon session here. It was now approaching 4:25 now. Thursday afternoon in Dubai. 26 Celsius today, by the way. That'll do. And Ezekiel Correa. That'll do. Good lift. 3 white lights for Ezekiel Correa. And he goes into the silver medal position. He is lifted at 180. Impressive lifting. And much to be satisfied. In trouble in terms of the total lift. May still get on the podium, but needs his last lift to do it. You can say the same for Higuchi. And a lot of it depends on this man, and he leads at the moment on 183, going for 186. Ray Dimas of Panama. Well, he's currently 5th in terms of the race to Paris. In a good position right now. Remember, it's only one per nation who are allowed in the 8. Which is why Harding and Swan both can't go for Britain. Hey, they've come on really well. I mean, the performances, the successes that they've had. Mark Swan and Matthew Harding. Both European champions at 65 and 72 respectively. Britain are not represented here this week, he says, looking up at all the flags and not spotting their one. So this for 186 for Ray Dimas, the America's champion, the strongman, the leader by a long way. 186. There are challengers nipping at his muscular heels. 369 in terms of the total lift. Well, one more of those and he will win the total lift. There's nobody who could come within an Arabian Gulf of him. So those are the first two rounds done. Ray Dimas leading on 186, Correa second 180, Higuchi third 176. In terms of the total lift, Mustafa ahead on that 467, Shushinov second 423, and Ray Dimas is already third with only two lifts, 369. He will win it with his third should he get it, but Mustafa's competition was so good. Out of Group B, he is still fourth overall in this and leading the total lift. And because Ray Dimas is the only one out of the six in Group A who's got his first two lifts, it is already a guaranteed silver at worst for Ibrahim Mustafa in the total lift. And if Ray Dimas misses, then it is gold. But at worst it will be silver. And as well as that, Minat Shushinov of Kazakhstan is definitely on the podium, currently in silver, and can only be knocked further down by Ray Dimas, which would be to bronze. That's in the total lift. Asil Al-Hazawi looking to rise a place in the overall standings on 156. He's got 150. Al-Zabi obviously will be having an attempt to overthrow that later. Final round of the men's 72 kilo final. So, 156. Al-Asawi, Saudi Arabia, had to press that equally. It was quite lopsided, and on the press sequence, he misses out. 150, his first lift was his best lift, and the total lift. Needs to be an equal press under the way and needs to be seen to be in control, and you couldn't say that really. Left hand above the right. It's not going to be given. It's dark over there in the shadows. The United Arab Emirates. Saif Al-Zabi got 152. 158 was a massive problem for him though in the previous round, and in this kind of weight division, adding 6 onto the bar it's not something that would usually allow a lot of duress, unless you're obviously up at your limit, which we'll see what is the case with Al-Zabi. Was he caught out in the second round, or was it simply going beyond his limit of the day? It's for 158. Al-Zabi to overtake Al-Hazawi again. And it is the same story as last time. Beyond his strength on the day, couldn't complete the press. The spotters have had to play their part. Very good spotters here, by the way, and generally on the powerlifting circuit, they are on the spot. Quick reacting, and they had to in that case. I was watching something else from some other sport lately, and I think the spotters in this sport comparatively do a fantastic job. And hey, it'll be different ones from event to event, but they're trained to a particular standard and they match it. So again, 152 was the best for Al-Zabi from the first round only. Emmanuel Teti Oko from Ghana. Now he too missed in the second round, missed on 166. So his chances of medals are gone. This for fourth place to go to 166. Emmanuel 166. Oku is okay. 2-1 in his favour. A very positive result and a total lift of 326, which puts him up the standings but outside of the medals in terms of the total lift. But that's a nice achievement. He obviously would have been looking to go beyond 170 or hit around 170 had he got this in round 2, but it was cleanly executed this time. 3 to go. Here is our bronze medalist. Unless he gets this, then it may well be a silver. Kentaro Higuchi of Japan. Kentaro Higuchi going for 180. Well, based in Tokyo, all that excitement there last year. Again, it would move them up the standings in terms of the total lift. Now this will be second position overall. That was slanted on the way up and not enough forgave him for it. It is 2-1 against, and he finishes on 176, so it is bronze for him. And again, like a couple of those we've already seen in this group, only one successful lift. Misses out at 180. (176) his only successful mark. Right hand was considerably lower than the left, which I think presented itself to you there. Has to be equally timed lockout at both arms and elbows, and we weren't getting that. So Ezekiel Correa comes now for Brazil. He's got 180, and this is a addition of 3 for 183. He will stay in the silver medal position for this. It would put him 4th in terms of the total lift, would put him 5th in the race to Paris, or the road to Paris, or the qualification pathway to Paris. He's got 180, this for 186. Steady does it. Oh, did he lose control right at the end? The spotters had to come in. Oh, 2 and against on the press sequence. He just hadn't quite done enough by the end. So 180 he ends on, and again 2 out of 3 were missed. He does win the silver medal. Has to be seen to be under control. Actually, the chest sequence looked to be a bit of a gap as well there, but he wasn't voted down in it. The 2 to 1 against, both were on the press. We have our silver medalist, we have our bronze medalist, we have our winner as well. Rey Dimas for Panama. So this for 191. He has won the gold medal here. This to also win the total lift by a huge way, by almost 100 kilos. He's on 369 now. This will put him up to loads. He'd also go 4th in the road to Paris. Total lift here, if he gets this 191, would send him up to 560. Right now leading on 467 is Ibrahim Mustafa. He has won, he has the gold. This to get another gold. He's ready. Rey Dimas of Panama. 191. He's shown his strength again, and that is a good lift all the way. He goes 3 for 3, 3 white lights, and he wins the total lift as well by a huge margin. He ends on 560. He aced all of those. 191 he ends on. 183 in the first round would have been enough for the gold. And there's real pure delight for Maximo Viquez, his coach, and rightly so, because that was a stunning effort. And there's no getting away from it. What an impressive lift. Rey Dimas wins with 191. Ezekiel Correa in second on 180. Taro Higuchi third, 176. And the total lift, Rey Dimas wins that on 560. Mustafa from Group B with the silver on 467. And Zhushinov from Group B third with 423. And the victory ceremony is on the way. So victory ceremony time for what was a very entertaining men's 72 kilo final. This is for best lift. Total lift will be in the atrium of this venue, and the victory ceremonies to be held by Mr. Masayuki Mizuno, the Vice President, and Mr. Michael Moredo, the Vice President and the Southeast Asian representative.
The medals will be presented by Vice President, SEA Representative of the Asian Paralympic Committee,
The Asian Paralympic Committee. Silver and bronze medal winners only having one successful lift in the competition. Our eventual winner getting all three of his in. That's a worthy champion by a long way. So our vice presidents of the Asian Paralympic Committee, Masayuki Mizuno and Michael Bredo, are ready, and now so are we. So, Kentaro Higuchi of Japan. His middle lift of 176 was the successful one. Here we go. Yes. Kentaro Higuchi. You could never ignore that man. He's a really good campaigner, excellent competitor, and he picks up the bronze medal here. Went for 180 in the last round, but no joy. Bronze for Kentaro Higuchi.
your silver medalist from Brazil,
Silver going to Ezekiel Correa, the Pan Am champion and the former Americas champion, dethroned this year by a tremendous campaigner we're about to see. Ezekiel Correa gets the silver. 180 in the middle round of the three, at his best of the day. And what a performance from Panama. Rey is El Rey. Rey Dimas takes the gold for Panama. The Americas champion, the Central American champion, 5th in the Paralympic Games last year and 7th in the World Championships, and ready for a tilt at them all soon. He has done magnificently. Rey Dimas, the gold for Panama, 191. His other marks, 183, 186, they all would have been good for gold as well. He wins the total lift as well, 560. Glory and victory to Panama. the national anthem of Panama, and a very, very good victory for Panama as well. For Ray Dimas, he was so dominant today. Magnificently impressive. And he gets the victory. And what a victory! A resounding success. He won the total lift by almost 100 kilos. He wins this by 11. And Correa second, Uguchi third, Ray Dimas primed